something else besides that if you're going to pick something else. 44? Go past it. There it is. Evaluate, this is question 44, evaluate or find cosine and cotangent if the sine of theta is a quarter. Okay, so sine theta equals a quarter. Which two quadrants are we in if the sine is 1/4? Which are two possible? I need two possible ones. Is sine an x value, a y value, or a slope? It's a y value. They just told you it was positive a quarter, so you should know which two quadrants we're talking about. It's either in 1 or 2, okay, because of the positive y value. Now they tell me that the tangent, which is the slope, is negative, which has to be quadrant 2, not quadrant 1, because the slope is negative over in quadrant 2. Okay, so now we know which quadrant, and now we can draw our cool triangle. It really doesn't matter how you draw it, whether you make it steep or more shallow, whatever, whichever. Obviously, if you were being exact in the way you were drawing your triangle, sure it would matter. In fact, I think mine's probably a little bit too tall, actually. Okay, so which side should I label 1, and which side should I label 4? Hypotenuse is what? That's 4, right? The opposite side is 1. Do either of those need to be negative? Well, if the one was negative, wouldn't that mean it was going down? But we've already decided it's in quadrant 2, so it has to be positive. So we're good the way we've drawn it. Okay? So when I do my quadratic formula for the bottom, does it cause people to panic if I do 4 squared minus 1 squared and take the square root? Is that a cause for concern? Because it's the square root of 15. Now, should that be a positive square root of 15 or a negative square root of 15? Look which way it's going. Negative because it's going left. So now they want me to identify the cosine. Okay? Question, go ahead. The picture shows me. So that's why I highly stress that you draw and figure out which quadrant you're in. Back the question up and ask it again because I didn't understand it. No, I'm asleep.
Well, I'm confused. Yeah, how did you know if it's negative or not? I'm so confused.
Oh, daggone it. Maybe I can do the undo. Please tell me. Yes! Looks like I need. Okay, good. All right, there we go. Okay, so you're starting here at the origin. To get over here, it's left and up.
Okay.
So that's why I know it's negative x value, positive y value. Okay.
Why would 4 not be negative?
Because it's the distance of the hypotenuse, and if you use the Pythagorean theorem and you do this, the a squared and the b squared, you always, no matter whether they're positive or negative, I could be down in quadrant 3 and I would still have a positive hypotenuse because you're squaring everything, so you're always ending up with positives under the radical. Does that make sense? Just your whole a squared plus b squared. All of those, no matter whether a's positive or b's positive or negative, it doesn't matter because you're squaring them.
So the hypotenuse will always be positive?
Always. Always. Remember, it's the radius of a circle. Okay? That's another way to look at it. All right, cosine theta. You got those sides of the triangle. What's the cosine? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Negative radical 15 over 4. Then they asked me for the cotangent. Maybe I should find the tangent first. So the tangent would be opposite over adjacent. So the cotangent would be negative radical 15. Because you just flip the doggone thing over. Now, if you're a big fan of Choshikow, and you want to go through and think about your letters, right? You could do that. You could go through and say cotangent is adjacent over opposite. If you want to do that, that's fine. A lot of you are very used to your 3 basic trig functions, and as long as you know which one goes with which, you can just flip it over. It's up to you which way you want to go. Okay. If you have another 4-3 question, I'll take it tomorrow, but I really want to get into the 4-4 notes. So make sure you write down whatever question you want to go over, or I'll be in the resource room after school today if you want to stop down and ask in a separate question.